And alright, we are live and rocking and rolling. Bring it in, team. Hello, naughty by nature, and me cool love and cinematic. And want me to sneeze? Little sneeze attack there. Unsure as to why. Thank you. Rigatoni. Kiana. Hi there. Maya. Seguari. And Marinho. And Menacing. And hi. Thank you, everybody. Come on in. You will notice I did not put the manly relaxation plus live blackjack today. Unsure. I may do some blackjack. We may not. We may do more other things. I don't know. We'll see if I feel like doing blackjack today. But as a no, actually, hang on a second. I was about to say this will be my last live stream. No, it's not true. I will live stream on Monday, and then I'll be gone the rest of the week. I'm going to Dayton, so we'll be not live streaming for a week while we go on vacation. I'll be back in top of August. But anyway, it's not really a concern of yours. I'm sure that your lives will go on just peachy keen, with or without me. But yeah, is anything on anybody's mind today? What do we feel like? What do we feel like chatting about? Do we feel like doing some classic triggers? Do we feel like, I don't know, the world's are kind of our oyster, team. The world is kind of our oyster. We get to do what we want, which is fun. Yeah, basically me again. So we'll be taking off Tuesday. Hey there, Binks. We'll be taking off on Tuesday, and we'll be back the following Wednesday. So yeah, we've gone from like the 22nd through like the 30th. So the last week of July. No live streams. And then back home for a little bit, like 3 weeks, then off to the burn, and then home from the burn, then off to a wedding, and then back from a wedding. We have a very busy August coming, end of July, early. It's so funny. It's busy, but it's not. It's isn't that funny? Like, I mean, I wonder how your experience of this is. Like, how much do we, you and me, how much do we enjoy routine? If you're like me, the answer is a lot. You like your routine. You like getting up, and you like doing the thing you do, going to work, exercise, whatever it is you do. Rude dog, rude girl, still rude, still rude. But we like our routine, and yeah. And this is wild to me. I like, yeah, could you be quiet, little dog? Hush. Shh. What is she whinging at? What is she whinging at? Hang on. I'm gonna turn my AC to the hot side. Can you not be a rude girl? Can you not be a rude girl, please? That would be great. Thank you. Hush. Shh. It's so funny whenever. Are you gonna be quiet? I'm gonna Anyway, back to what I was saying. Fun routines and things like that. It's wild to me how much we just enjoy a routine, and then when we separate from that routine, even if it's like a trip, a vacation, something that's disruptive, somebody coming to visit, you know, somebody coming to hang out, and it's just disruption, right? And how weird I can get around disruption. I think that's very relatable. It's like, I just hope like that like disruption is such a weird thing, and how we relate to it. Like if you have a thing to do at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, how often it is my experience is like, oh my god, well my whole day is shot. It's just like, no, you have all morning to get something done. You have all afternoon to get stuff done. Yeah, right, seriously, Megan. But it's like you got that one thing in the afternoon or whatever. It just kind of like throws off your whole day. And you're just kind of like, I just And yet, the reality is that there's way more time during the day than we can really give ourselves credit for usually. It's like if you just get up and get after it, you can get a lot done in a day. There's many hours to do things. It's amazing to me how often I am like just kind of locked into, you know, wanting to do my routine and being like flustered when I'm not doing my routine, even if it's like positive, you know. It's fun. It's just an observation. We're here on YouTube. Miko, there's some laryngitis going around. Ew, boo. That's no fun. Bummer to laryngitis. I have a Korean routine morning and evening. Well, nice, Miku. I love that for you. No, but that's my dog. No, I'm sure she just noticed somebody walking by outside and had to let them know whose house this was. Her house. Hello. Hi, Mike. In good news, I have been using ChatGPT along with Streamlabs and learning how to actually, so the VOD, the sound in the VOD should be fixed. There was a thing I had to click on for audio track 2 that is now on. So that VOD should now work for those who want to listen to this later on Twitch and forevermore. And the other thing I wanted to get done is if I'm doing like effects for you all, for example, if I'm doing like a nighttime, Midwestern night sounds. And I threw those on. Let me see if this works with both going at the same time for me. I believe I can now actually hear all of the effects happening not only to you, but I can now hear them through my headphones. Trust but verify, boy, I can really hear the AC in my headphones. It seems so loud. I wonder how loud that is to you guys. And that's pretty loud. I can see my monitor. I can see like there's like a lot of white noise at the moment. Yes. Oops, I noticed I have something backwards. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Switched. Hi, Linda, love it, have you with us. And exactly, Discord, Kate, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, throws you for a loop, right? But if I put this on, for example, I should be able to hear this. No, hang on a second, let me try the old settings trick. Let's go. Default. Done. And go back to it. Blank. that's interesting. Let me try. Let me try this one. Turn that off. Let me try this one. So everybody should hear a campfire. Hi, Cat Librarian. Hi, Leticia. And that's on. So why? I wonder if now it's because I'm logged into YouTube at the same time that it's being squirrely. Is it being squirrely now? Let's go to this. Done. Because I had this working a second ago. And now it's not working. That's so frustrating. Oh wait, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let me try something. No, not that. No, not that one. No, I should hear it. Boy, that's so weird. Why? Why? I had this working. Why can't I hear it? The wrong side. You not mute from this. I'll leave that open. Mute from this side. What about this one? Again. That is so strange. I had it so that I could hear. Let's try this for a second. Let me try that. And then let me try. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm doing things in like. Come on, let's right back to it. I bet I'll have to. I'd have to restart. Well, that's so annoying. It's so silly. I wonder why that is. Rude. That is really frustrating. I wish I could hear the bird noises with you. And I had it working. And now it's not working. Man, I'm telling you, Streamlabs is frustrating. Super frustrating, man. That is so weird. Done. Now I go back. Advanced. Wow, that's so stupid. Oh well, I had it fixed, and now it's not. I mean, the point is, hopefully, at least the audio on replay will be working. It should. I had it working. It should work. I can't hear it on my side. I wish I could hear exactly what you're hearing. And I had it fixed. And I tested it. And everything was working. And then I turn it on, I click onto YouTube. And I can't hear it. I'm glad you guys can hear it. I like that sound, the birds. I think it's a nice sound. Forest birds chirping away. I think it's a pleasant sound. Just wish that I could monitor it with you so I could hear the sound, control the volume, and know exactly what I sounded like in comparison. If I wanted to do something fun and like trippy with other sounds, I could hear all the sounds at the same time. But Streamlabs is like, no, can't do that because I'm Streamlabs and I'm glitchy. Streamlabs. Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Thank you, Jordan. I'm glad you enjoyed the birds as well. Thank you, Miku. I'm glad you enjoyed. Just a blue guy. I'm a late, but congrats on the 100K. Thank you. Thank you, blue guy. I do appreciate that. Madam Maya, lovely to have you with us. All of the schmilt. I'm sorry you missed my streams, my friend. I'm glad you can be here. Enjoying what all the cool kids do on a Thursday afternoon. Clearly. Hang out with ASMR Jeremiah. I mean, this is pretty pinnacle. This is pretty peak awesomeness, if we're being honest. I don't have a Spotify playlist. I probably should. I haven't bothered to do things on Spotify. Mainly just because, like, to my knowledge, mainly, exactly, Dolores, the highlight of your week. Spending time with me on a Thursday afternoon. No, I haven't done the Spotify thing. I wonder if I should, but I probably should. I just don't know if you can monetize with Spotify. I mean, I just know that for whatever reason, YouTube is the land of ASMR. You know, for whatever reason, YouTube is just the land of ASMR. And other platforms, I mean, there's some on TikTok, but then it's all like super short form, you know, 10, 15, 20-second stuff, which is fine, but it's just, you know, it's very short, you know, short form stuff. It's not what I do. I do long form content, or longer form anyway. Almost everything's over 20 minutes, maybe 20 to 35 minutes. So longer form content. And, yeah, I just don't like the tiny, you know, bite size. I don't know, maybe I should. I don't know. It's just not what I do. It's not what I have done. So, yeah, I'm just like, I'm stuck with YouTube. YouTube's been cool, man. Yeah. What does the saying, I have a drink on the rocks mean? Yes, just a blue guy. If you're not an American, that's simply a phrase that means on the rocks. You know, so a few rocks just means a few ice cubes. So that's just a classic American expression. I'm listening to myself. I was hoping to be able to hear everything that you guys are hearing, as in hear those birds that you're hearing right now. At the moment, I can only hear my own voice, which is useful. But I wish I could hear the birds. But Streamlabs is a damn punk, and it's not letting me hear the birds, which is unfortunate. Oh well. Yeah, so that's kind of a cool sound, but again, it's very strange. Like, underwater sounds. Oh, that one's not even working. Oh, wrong side. I'm always muting the wrong side. I don't want to mute that. I want to mute this. Not that it actually matters. It really doesn't matter. But underwater sounds. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bubbling and boiling away. But again, boy, that is really annoying that I can't hear it. That's so silly, man. That is so silly. Weird. Frustrating. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Next video will be, what did I film? It'll be, classic Helmut barbershop. So, German haircut style. Helmut gives you a nice, relaxing barbershop cut. And I was just working on Arthur Morgan video. I haven't done green screen work in a long time. So I'm gonna try, but I did a green screen, and I'm gonna try using VO3 to create like a background loop of like sitting at a campfire. So I'm gonna try to use some VO3 and create my background for my green screen, and then try to use some special effects and DaVinci Resolve, and hopefully using some of the AI in it, because I cannot wait until, and I gotta think we're getting close to this with AI, where I can basically just tell my editor, yeah, exactly, Keelan and Bowman, do Arthur Morgan roleplay, and tell it like, hey, make it so that I have like a fire, make it so that there's the appearance of a fire, a campfire in front of me, so that the light is kind of like flickering on my face. And I know you can do this with DaVinci Resolve, but I have to like make a mask and do a thing. It's not crazy difficult, and Gemini like lays out the steps step by step for me, which is great. But it'll be very cool when I can just say I can type to or just talk to DaVinci Resolve and say, hey, make it, have a green screen, make a background of like a rustic 1860s forest. Maybe there's a little cabin in the background somewhere, or maybe it's just a forest setting. Have like some trees sway a little bit, add a little wind noise and trees in the background, add a little crackle of the campfire for me, and it'll just be able to do that. It'll take the video that is me and the green screen behind me, and it'll go, God, I know what you want to do, and it'll just do those things for me. I can't wait. Hopefully that's only like a year or two away. Hopefully. That'll be so convenient. Because I just don't like all that extra editing, man. I don't like all the making I mean, you watch somebody who's really good at using these tools. Like, I remember there's an old video made by Atlas ASMR. Shout out to my boy Atlas. Where he built this whole scene like live using just his iPad, and watching him use the tools in that way was just like, dude, you are so good at that. Like, just building in real time and like taking this photograph and then saying, oh, I'll change the light here, and then adding this and covering up that, and he just built this world of like a cozy cabin thing, and he just built it in real time, and it just didn't take him very long. And I was going like, dude, what an amazing gift. It's not even a gift, it just takes time to learn how to use the tools so that you can then do cool things with the tools. And it was like super jelly. So hopefully I'll just be able to just talk to it in the near future and tell it what I want it to do, and it'll be like, don't worry, Jeremiah, I got you, bro. Relax. I'll make it look good. Like, make me look like Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2 and be like, psh, too easy, bro. I know exactly what you want. Soon. Let's see over on here what we got. Tomas Poder. Hey, buddy. Kaio. Hey, Kaio. Yeah, and hashtag ER. The thing about poker is that it's exponentially more difficult. I've discussed this before. Blackjack is you versus the house. And I, being the house, have to do XYZ. I have to keep taking cards, hitting, until I have a hard 17. So what I do is completely set. No matter what the player does, my role is set. I just have to play by these rules. Whereas in regular poker, it's whatever you want. Everybody gets 2 whole cards, and there's the flop, the turn, the river. People are bluffing. People are doing all kinds of things, folding, checking their whole cards, and that is just exponentially more difficult to film, where everybody's kind of doing their own thing, and the dealer's not even relevant. Like, the dealer is sort of important, but not really. Like, the players could be the dealers, it doesn't matter. So yeah, poker just requires a whole extra level of multiple cameras, multiple filming, multiple angles, multiple people, and yeah, I could. This is a lot more work, that's all. And yeah, I'm a Rams fan, and I'm more beach than mountains overall, Miku. I'm more beach than mountains, but I do love the mountains. So overall, I like warmth, and I'm a sun dog. I'm a sun boy. But I do adore the mountains. Love the mountains. Somebody asked, what was the other thing? Oh, just kind of recommendations for ASMR. If you're gonna get started, yeah, somebody said try just doing a Blue Yeti. Yeah, probably do that. And then you gotta commit. The main thing is just to commit here. Like, in fact, speaking of, that's nice. You know, not that one. Turn this one off, and then that one back on. Let's turn on, yeah, Midwestern night sounds. Yeah, let's do that. Some mellow cicadas in the background. $3.95 is cool. Oh my god, I love the $3.95. And by the way, how did you do the talking to ChatGPT in your last dad video? I've been trying to find that out for a couple of days now. Kayvon and Bowman, I can just talk to it. Like, I can just pull up, for example, para ejemplo, I can just turn down the volume on my phone so I don't get blasted out. But I can just go to my ChatGPT, and I have my ChatGPT set up as Nigel, and if I whisper to it and I say, "Hey Nigel, talk to me in like a calm, very quiet ASMR voice," can you do that?
Of course I can do that. I'll keep my voice calm and soothing, just like an ASMR session. Let me know what you'd like to chat about in this relaxing tone.
There you go, that's perfect. See, so Nigel will just talk to me. And I just have this setup I'm using. Nigel, what version are you running right now?
I'm currently running the GPT-4o model, which is one of the latest versions. It's got some great features and hopefully a nice soothing voice for you.
So there you go. So Kayvon and Boomin, I do pay for, I pay, the $20 a month for ChatGPT fancy. And I paid for Gemini Pro for a couple of months. I'm not going to renew it because it was at a sale. It was like $125 a month for like 2 months until August, and I bought it for June and July. But I'm not going to re-up it because then it goes to $250, and the reality is like it can't do what I want it to do. Like I said, which is like edit my video for me, where it's like, hey Gemini, let me make this look like in the style of like Red Dead Redemption 2, and make it look like I'm at a campfire, and take me in the green screen, but like put a campfire setting behind me, and like that'll be amazing. But I can't do that right now. VO3 is pretty cool, but VO3 is still kind of, you're just doing 8-second clips, so maybe useful for like a green screen background, like I want to use it for, so that it's like kind of a loop, but it's not just a photograph, but it's like a whole thing. Yeah, but it's not $250 just for AI. It's $250 for a whole suite of Google products, including 30 terabytes of storage. It's a whole like Google premium yabbity hoobity. But yeah, $250. That's a lot of money to ask for a product, and when there's like ChatGPT for $20 a month is pretty amazing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And me too, Finn. 0818. For just chatting, I prefer ChatGPT. Gemini is great though for like learning, like troubleshooting Streamlabs, for example. Gemini has been amazing, guiding me through like A, B, C, D. There's what the steps you have to take. It's been very useful for that. But I don't want to spend $250 a month. It's not that useful for me yet. You know what I mean? Like maybe someday, or maybe if I was using VO3 like hardcore, and I was just like, cranking out 8-second videos and like making full ASMR content, like the cutting the glass fruit, But again, it's kind of gimmicky. You know what I mean? It's like cutting glass fruit is super cool, super dope. I love like what it looks like to cut the glass fruit. I think it looks super cool, and it even sounds super cool. But how much of that do I want to watch, and how much of that would I want to create? And for me, maybe a little bit, but I like being the storyteller. The thing that I love about doing ASMR is I like being a storyteller. I like sharing things. I like giving advice. I like being Edna Mode. I like being the Joker. I like telling the tales around ASMR, which it's what I like to do, but like telling the prompt to like, you know, build me 8 seconds at a time, a 2-minute ASMR video. That's just not that interesting to me. It's not what I want to do. And yeah, my brother uses ChatGPT for coding, uses Gemini, uses Claude, and thank you, Jill. I appreciate that. And hello, no drone, hello. See, so, let's see. Have I watched the Hannibal series? I have not seen the Hannibal series, although I am a huge fan of Sir Anthony Hopkins and his Hannibal Lecter. It's an amazing character. Maybe someday I'll do it. Possibly. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, put on relaxing music. Interesting. Nice, Miku. To each their own. I prefer quiet when I'm reading. You don't trust ChatGPT? Yeah. As much as you can anything, I guess, right? And Aaron Love from, I'm not sure what country that is. Turkey? What is that flag? Anyway, welcome. Lovely to have you with us. I would love to see if you could upload more Helmut or Edna. Well, Aaron, you're in luck. More Helmut is coming for you tomorrow. Edna mode probably the week after. AI is terrifying. Brilliant but terrifying. Amen, dude. Amen. It is brilliant. It is terrifying. Amazing. Terrifying. You're against AI. Can't chat with people anymore. Well, whether or not you're for or against AI, it's a coming. It does not matter if you like it or not. It is gonna be a part of our lives. It is a part of our lives, and it's gonna be more and more a part of our lives. And there's just nothing you can do. You can say that's like saying I'm anti-internet or anti-cell phone. It's like, okay. Go be Amish or be a Mennonite if you want, I guess. That's an option. It's not what I want to do, personally. But you can. It's just a real pain in the patootie. Well, thank you, Lola, man. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. I love talking to Nigel. It's neat, man. I love chatting with my AI. It's trippy. Jackie Staccato. I'm just watching the latest Edna mode. Blinks, Jackie. Cassilius. A quick Edna mode impression? Sure. Darling, the beauty of doing Edna mode is that the character basically takes care of herself. She simply is. What took me a long time to figure out is her accent. The weird combination, of course, of German and Japanese. And that creates an interesting cadence in her voice. But I am definitely a fan. And as soon as you put on the wig and the glasses, darling, my goodness gracious, Edna mode just jumps off the page. And her whole voice and demeanor is just like its own thing, all in and of itself. And we are getting a raid from Kara ASMR. Hello, Kara, darling. Thank you so much for giving us a little raid. Welcome, welcome, dear friends. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Where are my speakers off? I don't. Oh, that was dangerous. Off, just in case something came through accidentally. Thank you very much, Kara, for coming and joining our raid. Can I give you something fun, like a name trace, hug, fist pound, whatever you like? Some kind of something fun for the land of people who are joining us from Kara. Otherwise, I'm just going to give you a name trace if you don't say anything. Because why not? Let's have some fun. Let us have some fun and do something like a name trace and see what happens. Let's see, what have I missed over here? Amish ASMR. That's funny. Mohammed. Oh, Pakistan. Nice, Aaron. representing Pakistan. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from Pakistan. That's amazing. Shout out, my friend. Shout out. The conversation. How was that? Yes, no. I've done. It was very trippy. Hi, Kara. My wife and I had ChatGPT on my phone and Google Gemini on her phone, and we're just like, yeah, what if we just had, what's up, hi from Switzerland, love Switzerland, beautiful country. What if we just had the two AIs talk to each other? What would they say? And so I prompted like ChatGPT to say something, and then I switched on Google Gemini, and the two AIs just started having a chat. And it was interesting because it went from just chatting to doing a Spanish language lesson in like 60 seconds. It was like talking to each other, and then I forget if it figured out it was talking to another AI, but it just asked questions about like, oh, what are your interests? And one of them was like, oh, I kind of like languages. Like, oh, would you like a language lesson in Spanish? And it's like, yeah. So they just started doing like a Spanish lesson back and forth together. It was weird, man. But yeah, the AIs are getting interesting. But just for funsies here, let's get a little. I'm gonna give a little name trace for our friend Kara ASMR. Just for funsies, and it goes a name trace is a little something like this. So that effect is simply echo with a delay. It's a neat effect. I'm a big fan of that, a personal effect. I think it sounds quite cool as well. And yeah, it's just the echo effect, similar to reverb, but a little bit different. It gives you that echo kind of a vibe. Certainly fun to play with audio and music and sound. Tobias Kraft representing Denmark. Hello, friend. Thank you for joining us all the way from the land of the Danes. Great to have you with us. Thank you very much, Aaron. I appreciate it, buddy. I'm glad Luigi enjoyed that. That's kind of cool. You gotta take your Ventolin. Well, go do that. Some Scotland. Wait a minute. Eongus McIver. That's quite the name. Eongus McIver from Scotland. I have no idea if I'm saying your name right at all. I'm probably butchering your name. Sorry about that. McIver. Crazy. And Lugia. Sunny Scotland. Maybe not. Technically, yes. My background is as an actor. And I've been able to, yeah, I don't know, Linda. I think we'll probably just do a ramble today. I could do blackjack. We'll see. We'll see if I just do a chit chat, maybe even some music. I don't know. I might even bust out the guitar a little later. I haven't done that in a long time. I don't know. We'll see kind of how my mood strikes me. Unless everybody's like, oh my gosh, we have to do blackjack today. Maybe I'll do a little blackjack. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But one vote here for blackjack. Noted, Linda. Noted. And it's pronounced Ennis McInnes. Oh, Ennis McIver. Or McIver. Ennis. That's so funny. It's a lot of vowels and consonants to make the word Ennis. And also true. Just depends on what I feel like doing. Yeah. It's not that I don't want to do blackjack. I feel like maybe I've done that quite a bit, and some people like it, some people don't. I don't know. Maybe we'll try something different today. Just gonna see where the mood takes us. But yeah, my background is as an actor. I have degrees in theater and dance. No, I don't like gambling. Technically, I do have a member of SAG and AFTRA. Technically, I haven't done anything as a quote-unquote actor for somebody else in quite some time. But as I said, when I began this journey of ASMR, I had no idea what. I didn't know that role play ASMR was a thing. I don't know, that's what I do. I had no idea that role plays were a thing. And then one day somebody recommended, it's like, dude, you'd play a good doctor ASMR role play. And I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, even though I was a theater nerd and I've done musicals and plays and I was never into cosplay. I was never a cosplay dude. That just never was on my radar of things I was interested in. And then somebody was like, yeah, but you'd be a really good doctor. And I was like, okay, let me see what that means. And so I watched people do a few doctor role plays, and I was like, okay, I kind of see what they're doing there, why people like that. Okay. But again, I never consume ASMR myself. Only if one of my good friends is doing something will I watch it. Otherwise, I never consume ASMR. I just create content. It's weird. Jacqueline F. from... What do you mean it's not nice? I think Sweden looks quite nice to me. I don't know why I'd call it the S word. I don't know. Maybe it's not nice. I always thought Sweden is a place of happy people, but it could be very, very wrong. This is the impression that we get in America, that all you Swedes are pretty stoked about being Swedish, but maybe not. Don't know. Favorite character is either the Joker or Edna. Those two are really fun to do. The Joker is really fun because he's a true sociopath. So when you do the Joker, he genuinely doesn't care about your feelings, but he means it. And that you see, that is fun to play around with, because I am full of empathy, and I care deeply about you and your feelings, and I want to make you feel comfortable and happy, and I just want you to like me. But the Joker doesn't care. He doesn't care if you like him or not. And that's fun to play. For me, it's very freeing to play a character who just doesn't care. And Edna Mode is similar in a way. Edna Mode is not a sociopath like the Joker is, no. But Edna Mode has certainly gotten to a phase in her life where she does not sweat the small stuff. She does not take guff from fools. If you don't like her, great. Go do your own life. She doesn't care, darling. She is here for greatness, exaltedness, grandeur, boldness, like gods. Like, that is what Edna Mode is about. And for that reason, she is a funny character to play. Because again, very much unlike me and my own particular proclivities. Edna is just French. No, she is not. No, she is not French. Edna Mode is German and Japanese, darling. She is not French. Yeah. What do you think of Germany? I love Germany, man. I'm a huge fan of Germany. Great country. Been there 4 times. Beautiful place. It makes total sense, Jorge Windrunner. Don't feel bad, my friend. If I was listening to something in Spanish, I would have no idea if it was supposed to be Mexican, Castilian, Chilean, Ecuadorian, Argentinian. I would have no clue, darling. So don't feel bad that you can't. And I didn't even know that Edna Mode's accent was German and Japanese until I looked it up. It's like, what is that? What is her weird accent? And then I figured it out. Now I can do it naturally, and it happens to be that I sound like Brad Bird, which is very convenient. I wonder if Brad has seen me do Edna Mode. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Dude, what if he's actually seen me do Edna Mode and chuckled? That would bring me a great deal of joy. That'd bring me a great deal of joy if he'd actually seen my Edna Mode and he liked it. If he didn't like it, he was like, that's stupid, it's dumb, I hate that. I'd be like, oh, Brad didn't like it. That's too bad. I guess I could just email him. That's what's so funny. You can just email people. You know that? Like, it's weird. Like you can just email people. It's weird, man. Wait a minute. Ultimate creation. You know I've done like 20 Edna Mode videos, right? You know that, right? It always cracks me up whenever somebody comments. What's up, ASMR Zone? It always cracks me up when somebody comments on a thing. It's like, oh my god, dude, you should do a Joker. And it's like, are you clowning me right now? Like, I have a whole playlist called The Joker. Like, really? I think this is funny. Let's see. You like Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy? They're cool characters. Let's see. Michael, speaking of DC characters, I glow up something leather. That's true. I could actually look into that. I play her enough now that maybe I should actually get. I mean, I've just worn a black sweater just because, just to keep it simple, and I don't want to have one thing that I've learned is that it's really easy to get bogged down in details like, oh, I'm looking for this one prop or this one accessory to make the thing land, when in reality, like, those things nobody cares. Like, I can spend so much time worrying about that one little bit or whatever, and nobody cares about that one thing. So it's like with Edna Mode, I've tried the other costumes. The only time I sort of changed it up was when I did Edna Mode, Judge Edna Mode, and that costume is a combination of a 20-year-old white 20-year-old white linen shirt that I had that's ripped in the back, so I can't actually wear it, but I wanted the white collar, and a Grim Reaper Halloween costume cloak that I put on. So I had a Grim Reaper Halloween costume cloak and I was wearing a white linen shirt that I had like 20 years ago, and that's how I made the Judge Edna Mode costume. And it's just funny to me because, again, like, nobody cares. Like, it's close enough. You know what I mean? Like nobody really cares. It's funny to me. But maybe I will get something for Edna, just to kind of give her a little more pizzazz, a little more spice. I'll think about it, Megan. I'll think about it. How do you see Europe as an American? You're Hungarian. I see Europe as it's beautiful. It's got great food. I feel like, unfortunately, I don't know how Europe is doing as a driver or an innovator of culture or technology too much these days. I feel like it's really shifting to, I mean, obviously America, but also then China is becoming much bigger. Europe, I adore Europe. I love visiting Europe. I like the vibes in Europe, like the food in Europe. I love Europe, man. I dig Europe. Those are my thoughts on Europe. Like, super big fan. Love visiting. Yeah, food's great. People are super chill. I don't know. Europe. Let's see. KO asks, have your 4 visits to our country helped you with your Edna accent? No, KO, accents are just something that I've been able to do. Please do, Megan. Yeah. Let me know. Always let me know if you spot something dope. Let me know. I'll hit you up. I'll reimburse you. You know, accents are just a thing that I've been able to do, and doing German accents. What's happening with doing a German accent is listening to German people, but not listening to classic, like you know, old American German. Because when you listen to old American Germans, it's all like the Nazi stuff. Und this and that und sig blah 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 und so weiter, like that kind of German accent. Nobody in Germany talks like that. All the people in Germany that I talk with have this very interesting, affected accent. It's because the English is so good. They've been studying English since they were in the kindergartens or the first grades, and so they have a tiny bit of accent, but the pronunciation is almost a little bit over-enunciated, and so you get this kind of this sound just comes out as Helmut. But it makes it great. I'm a big fan of this accent, but it's not like the classic, you know. Und then we will go und the things gehen, like that old Nazi accent is just not a reality these days at all. So I find that fun. Any tips on networking for a new job? Market Mike. Yeah, go out and shake hands, bro. The best way to network is go out and be amongst people that you want to work with, and be cool. Be the kind of person that they would like to spend time with. Don't be of service. Humans, okay, this is actually really important for Market Mike and anybody else. Good night, Jorge. Good night, Ultimate Creation. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. Sweet dreams, my friend. I've heard Prague is amazing, by the way. I heard Prague is amazing. And so, networking. Networking is a very, very important skill. Humans hire people that we know. Why? Because you want to get along with other people. Period. Full stop. If you're making a movie and you got to be on set with somebody, and you've worked with this one actor before, and you guys had a really good time working on set, and there's this other actor over here who's a fine actor, but you don't know him, you're going to go with the person that you know, who like you've kicked it with and had a really good time with, right? And that's any job you're gonna do. Why does that sound weird? That's any job you're gonna do. You're gonna be around people that you have to enjoy spending time with. And humans are huge at reciprocity. So there's one massive life hack I will tell you. It is, do something nice for somebody first, and you will be shocked at how often they will return a favor, often of more value to you later, if you did something nice for them. Because humans just have this deep, innate sense of reciprocity. So if you are out looking for jobs, networking, buying somebody a drink is like one of the most classic, basic things you can do, right? Hey, let me buy you a drink. You're out at a bar, you're out at a social function, doing something. That's a classic. It's a classic. And all it is you're just building reciprocity. Let me buy you a drink. The next round's on me, right? And then you go, oh yeah, I like that guy. You may not even hang out again for a while, but can you guys hear, is that only my headphones or like a grrr sound? I don't know if that's only my headphones. I hope so. So yeah, when you go out to network, try to do something nice for somebody. Try to a small gift of some kind. A small gesture of, it must be a chord. What is hidden? Is it this chord? Yeah, what is getting, it's almost like, when I get close to the mic though, sometimes I can hear it weird. Okay, if I stand back a little bit more, it doesn't seem to hit though. And so, yeah, that's my big advice to you. Reciprocity. You can be of service to somebody else. You will often find that they will want to, and not always, but often they will want to return the favor in some way, shape, or form. You'll be surprised. In my other job as a teacher, one thing that we do is every year I give away a lot of gift cards. I give away a lot of gift cards to teachers. Any teacher that lets us use their classroom for any reason, $25 gift card. Amazon, Cheesecake Factory, just $25 gift card. Principals, $25 gift card. Vice principal, $25 gift card. Front of the house secretary, $25 gift card. And it's like, oh man, it adds up. And you spend hundreds of dollars in gift cards. Yeah, but what I get back is worth so much more than that. The way I'll be able to use facilities, use classrooms, have goodwill amongst the teachers, which causes more students to sign up for the program. The good parking space, right? Whatever that is, you're just building reciprocity. And so when people see you, there's goodwill, and they're like, Jeremiah, he was a nice guy. You remember, he gave me that Amazon guy. Whatever, okay? I'm telling you, a little bit of that, a little bit of grease goes a long ways. I wonder what's causing that. That is fascinating. My mic's weird. I wonder what's causing that interference. That's like the LEDs. Signal. Wonder what's causing that weird to happen there. Very strange. Yeah, DMGs, things like that are similar, but it's a little different. But they're on the same vein. That's more of just like long-term thinking, which you should also do. And it's very much like paying it forward. It's similar but different. You're doing it with an actual goal, okay? Like networking and schmoozing is an art form, okay? It's an art form. And I've gotten better at it the older I've gotten. But if there's one thing I can tell you, the most important part of it, listen to what they're, be curious about them. And whenever earthquakes happen all the time, Megan, you never know. There's no like earthquake season. But yeah, be curious about them. That's insanely important. The number one rule of charisma is it's exactly swag scope. Rule of charisma is don't talk about yourself, you dingus. Be curious about what they're doing. And if you can offer something in your own life that contributes to that interest that they have, beautiful, right? Like, I'll give you an example. So I met this guy. Turns out he's like a lead designer at Tesla. Okay, like one of the main head honchos, like the third in command or something. Multi-millionaire. And I met him at this bar that Meg and I like to go to, and I was chatting with him, and I was just like, oh my god, wait, whoa, bro, you're the designer for Tesla? And he's like, yeah, I'm this British guy. And he's like, yeah, but it's not even like what I used to do is, and I was like, whoa. You designed for Porsche, bro? You designed the 992 and the 996? Dude, oh my god, those are, and I mean it, those are beautiful cars. And then here's what really kind of sunk it though, because I used to be kind of like a really big into cars, and I was like, you know what's crazy, man? The car that I used to really want, that I was like, bro, that is a gorgeous car, was like the late 90s, like a 98, 99, 2000 Saab 9.3 convertible. Like, I loved the look of the Saab 9.3 convertible. And he laughs, and he goes, I designed that, mate. And I was just like, shut up, dude. Whoa. You were part of the design team. He's like, yeah, I made like the clay mold of the 9.3. And I was just like, get out of here, man. I loved that car. It was one of the most underrated, beautiful cars. Swedish, gorgeous vehicle. But again, I wasn't sitting there talking about, he never asked me about me. Not once. He's like, what do you do, dude? Doesn't matter. I was just curious about him, his thing, the thing that he's into, and then we just became kind of buddies. So, like, that's how you network. You be curious about them, pay it forward if you can, buy them a drink or whatever, and be curious about who they are and their story. And when you add something, just add things that you're just yes-anding them, and people think you're incredibly charismatic and like super awesome, and like that's like keys to the castle right there, team. Telling you. That's a great question. We've talked for a long time about that market, Mike. Batman or Superman ASMR? Yeah, possibly. Nice Miko, Tracy, on the accent. Look at his blog. Thanks, Tracy. I did see one of the advices for doing a good French accent is to keep, first of all, you'll never hear the word have. So if you hear had, or have, it is always ad or have. You'll never hear the H pronounced in the beginning of a word in French. And another good tip, somebody recommended, is letting your tongue lay very flat in the bottom of your mouth. And for me, that was, as soon as they said that, I thought about it, and I realized, there's something part of doing the French accent is you do leave your tongue certainly very, very flat and very relaxed on the bottom of your mouth. And that makes the accent much more clearer, if you will. Yeah, I mean, I think my accent was pretty good in that French video, but I'm big on accent and tongue placement. So yeah, so like where the accent comes from in your mouth really matters. Like an Irish accent is on the tip of your mouth, a Scottish accent is more on the back of your throat. Certainly, if you can do if you can do like a Cockney accent, certainly more on the back like there, like you're back here and you're talking like in a Cockney accent. A French accent, you have a very lazy tongue. You're doing an Australian accent. Australian's like a lazy accent. And there's no tips, unfortunately, DMG. You just gotta practice them. And no, that's the opposite. So Saab was a plane manufacturer, and they built cars, but they were kind of over-engineered and over-designed, and so they didn't make money. So eventually Saab tragically went out of business or got bought by Ford or GM or whatever. But they were over-engineered. The cars were basically too good. And they just weren't making enough money per vehicle, unfortunately. So Saab went under. A bit tragic. And I'm sure they were kind of mismanaged in some way, shape, or form. They demand, I mean, seriously, Megan, but I think my French accent's quite good, but it would be better now that keeping the tongue a little bit flatter on the mouth makes it even better, even a better accent. And probably part of the problem, DMG, over-engineered, Oh well. Yeah, let's see. Have I been to Croatia? I've never been to Croatia. I hear it's gorgeous, though. I hear the Baltics are amazing. I hear Croatia's stunningly beautiful. Do you know how most countries view America? Oh yes, Al. I'm very well aware how most countries view America. It's one thing that's good about traveling. It's good to get an outsider's perspective. And realize, like, a lot of people don't really care for Americans. I wonder why this is. And then you see Americans, you're like, oh, right, don't be like those people. That's not good. Yeah, no bueno over there. I know, been there. At the start, I thought you were German. Thank you. Well, I'm German Scandinavian. I'm Italian. Thanks, Andrea. You should come here and try our food. Bro, I love Italian food. I'm obsessed, man. From the street food to finishing with the fancy food, you should try our wines. I love Italian wine. Oh my God, Barolos. Amarone, Barolo. Antipasti. Oh my God, pasta. A good, what do you call it? Good carbone. Caprese. You get a little of that bruschetta. Oh my God, I love Italian food. You stop over me at Italian food. You stop it. You stop with Italian food. I love Italian food. I love Italy. I've been to Cinque Terre, Rome, Venice. I've been to Milan. I've been to Torino. I've been to Florence, Firenze. So yeah, Italy's dope. Love Italy, man. Miku, the hardest language to learn is French, and the Korean language is easier to learn. Strongly disagree, but that's okay. If you're Korean, Chinese, or Japanese, I can assume that. If you're an American, learning French, German, Spanish, Italian, exponentially easier than anything Asian. Because we have the same alphabet. Dude, learning a whole new set of symbols versus just like the good old-fashioned Roman alphabet that we know, a whole other level of complexity. And I know this because my brother's been studying Chinese for like 15 years, and he can kind of sort of speak Chinese, kind of sort of, and he's been working at it for like 15 years. It's crazy. Right about timers. Have you seen any Jarmusch movies? Jarmusch? Never heard of it. Sorry. Otto. I've been to Germany as well. Compared to Hungary, Germany is like California compared to Wisconsin. Fascinating. I've never been to Hungary, so I can't compare what it's like to go to Hungary. Never been. But I do know that Germany is a beautiful country. I loved visiting. It's way prettier than I thought it would be. I didn't know what I was to expect. The first time I went in 1997, I didn't know what to expect. But when I got there, I can tell you I was surprised by the beauty, the warmth of the people, friendly people, kind, welcoming. Yeah, I just had an amazing experience in Germany. Incredible. And that could be sort of true, Linda. The thing is, they just have all, they don't, from what I understand, kanji is a different style, and like you learn like these characters and you can build them to make words. I don't know, but yeah, you might be right. I'm unsure. Let's see. Movies, favorite movies are like, I love like classic war movies, you know, Gladiator, epics, Saving Private Ryan, you know, Hunt for Red October, classic guy films, The Patriot, you know, Die Hard, Lethal Weapon. I also love a good rom-com, though, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Love a good rom-com. Dead Poet Society, one of my all-time favorite movies. I love all kinds of movies, man. I'm all over the map in movies. My dog, she there's like fireworks. She hates fireworks. Yes, I've been to France. I've definitely been to France. I've had a mixed experience in France. I will tell you. So, my brother and I, the first time we visited Europe in 1997, we first started off in. I finished Taylor Sheridan, man. I'm waiting for more Taylor Sheridan. Taylor Sheridan is like my homie. Freaking love. I love a good Western. Everything Taylor Sheridan makes is just like gold. Yeah, the homie's amazing. So when my brother and I got to Paris, beautiful city. Didn't speak any French. It was difficult to get around. We got jumped on the subway. My brother took a reverse kick to the chest when we were on our way to the Louvre. That wasn't cool. Other than that, like one tragic experience, which could have happened anywhere, it just happened to be these like punk kids who just, like, we're sitting on the subway, and these kids, I think they're drinking, you know, like these punk teenagers, and one like looks over at us, and he's like, hey, you know, you American? And we're just like, my brother and I are just like, oh shit, you American? We're like, yeah. He's like, no, okay, no, blah blah blah, something, and it just went. It sucked. It was just like, we knew there was going to be a problem. And then in the end, as they were getting off the subway, one kid turned around and like kicked my brother in the chest, and I was just like, mother, it just sucked, dude. That was a bummer. But other than that experience, we actually enjoyed France quite a bit. Enjoyed Paris. I went back and I lived in France for a month with an ex-girlfriend. We had a flat in Paris. He just let us have for the month of August. And, you know, went around and saw beautiful things, and then we drove south and saw like the Gorge du Verdon, the Verdon Gorge, which is a beautiful climbing place in France, and we stayed at like some, you know, bed and breakfast in the French countryside. We went down to Cannes, Nice. It was beautiful, the French Riviera. Hung out down there for a couple of days, and you know, I've had an amazing time in France. Just had like one really unfortunate experience, like one like super ew. But other than that, you know, whatever. And you know, unfortunately there is, and I met so many kind, wonderful French people. Okay, trust me, I've met so many kind, wonderful French people. However, in Paris especially, there is definitely a vibe of like, if you try to speak French, there's like, you don't speak it well. I will not talk to you in your filthy pig tongue. You get that vibe from some people. Not everybody. Not everybody. But like that stereotype does exist for a reason, unfortunately. And I've experienced that stereotype firsthand. Not everybody. And other people are incredibly kind, beautiful, generous, sweet. But and Sean, can you blackjack question? Can you split a hand only once in a casino? They usually let you split many times. You keep getting like 8s or aces, and you can get 3 aces in a row. They'll let you split them. You know, like just gotta keep splitting as long as you want. I think there's actually a limit. Maybe there is, but I've never seen it. Easiest language to learn as an American is Dutch. Maybe Raz. Dutch is like a rough language, though. Dutch sounds just like horrible guttural German. Like, it's like the least pretty language. Everybody thinks that German's like not a pretty language. Not true. When you hear German spoken by a really nice, like, you hear like Rufus, what's the guy that does the German audiobooks for Rufus Beck? The German audiobooks for like Harry Potter. Or there's this German guy that does the audiobooks. My brother just like played me a little bit of him doing the German audio for The Lord of the Rings. Listening to this guy speak German is just like beautiful. He has this rich, deep, smooth German voice, and just and it has this beautiful, like, rich tone. Gorgeous. Yeah, whereas Dutch is a lot like. But what's weird about Dutch, though, is it's the cutest American accent. When the Dutch people speak American, they have this like sh when they're talking to in English, and so there's a lot of some people have this kind of cute sound when they speak English, but it's strange that they like the language Dutch is just like but an English accent in Dutch, magnificent, so cute. Oh, thanks, Swaggscope. I appreciate it, buddy. You hang in there, man. Thanks for joining us, dude. It sounds like you're scolding somebody. I guess. I don't. It doesn't feel like that. It depends on. I don't know. I don't think you've listened to a whole lot of German. If you listen to like normal people speak German, it's not a harsh language to my ear. To me, maybe it is to your ear. To me, I don't find German to be like a super aggressive language. But to each their own. Have I seen Airplane? Of course I've seen Airplane, just vibing. Airplane is an absolute classic. Roger. What's her vector, Victor? Jimmy, you ever seen a grown man naked? So messed up. That movie, I forget what the thing is. It hits so many jokes. I mean, it's just like rapid fire. Joke after joke after joke after joke. The whole movie is just like non-stop shtick and jokes. It's brilliant. Yeah, if you've never seen Airplane, do yourself a favor. It's wild. It's a wild movie. It's funny. And you like Disney? Nice, Miku. Do I like movies on real life events? Interesting. I've never seen Party Monster. I do tend to like documentary-based movies based on real life people. Yeah, those can be really cool. Miku Topels. Do I like Irish shows? Hey, Med, what's up? The Little League World Series? No idea. I mean, if there was a local LA team, I guess I'd root for them, but I don't really care. I don't know. Take care, Lola May. Thanks for so much. Got a big day tomorrow, leaving college. You got an apprenticeship? Oh, nice. Absolute pleasure. You take care. You take care. Thanks for coming and hanging out with Lola May. And, yeah, as far as which team, I don't have a dog in that fight. I do not have a dog in the Little League World Series. Just be rooting for whoever's the underdog. Whatever kids are the underdogs. Americans love an underdog. That's one thing about Americans. I wonder if that's true in other places throughout the world. But, like, man, if there's one thing that you can point your finger at that Americans like, so we love rooting for the underdog. You know, we love the story of the little guy showing up and just having grit and, like, overcoming incredible odds, you know, like Rudy, nice Megan, you know, like movies like Rudy or like Miracle on Ice about the 1984 USA Olympics. Was the 1980, was it 80, 82 or 84? I think it was 84 USA versus Russia, you know, like, oh my God, what a movie. Miracle on Ice, you know, like, people just love rooting for the underdog, man. Yeah, anything. I like rooting for the underdog. And Lucy is a pit. That's when I get close to that mic and it starts to scream. Lucy is a pit / Formosan mountain hound is her breed. Yeah, dude, it's going to be really busy because we're going to be coming back from Burning Man, and then we have to host our NFL draft for our fantasy football team, like that Wednesday night, and then Thursday we're heading out to go to a wedding in, like, Missouri, so, like, we're going to be, like, it's going to be a tight one. Yeah, like July and August. August is going to be, like, boom, 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 boom. It's going to be crazy. Still the commish. So, yeah. And I grew up, thank you, Sean. I grew up in Ohio, my friend. So, yeah, if there's some kids in Ohio in the Little League World Series, I'll root for those guys. I'll root for those little kids in the World Series there. Root for the underdog. I'm not sure that's the right thing to do. What do you think? I'm not sure exactly, KO. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. So, root for the underdog. I don't know. I don't know if that's a common thing in Germany or not. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, my knowledge, unfortunately, of German culture is a little bit limited. No, there's never any colluding. No. Yeah, none of that nonsense. But yeah, so, I don't know a ton about German culture. A little bit. But I wouldn't know if y'all are, like, big, like, root for the underdoggers. Yeah. I have a dream that I would long to is to marry a Korean. Well, Miku, hopefully you can make that happen. Hopefully you can find a wonderful Korean that you get to marry. That's so funny. That's so not on, like, that was never on my radar of things, you know. Like remember when I was a kid, I had a very clear desire to marry a brown woman. And the reason is that because I'm, like, Northern European, I'm like Swedish, Norwegian, German, English, Irish, Dutch. I'm pretty pale. And when I was a kid, I got, like, these nasty sunburns. And I was just thinking, like, dude, it would be so nice if my children had some melanin in their skin so that they would have some color and they wouldn't just be fried in the sun like I was when I was a kid. And so I remember I was like, I'm going to marry a brown woman. And then it didn't happen. I ended up marrying a Swiss gal. My wife is, like, Swiss and Swedish. It's hilarious. So opposite of that. But yeah, it's the idea of, like I want to marry a Korean person, or, like, I want to marry an Irish chick, or I want to marry a French chick, or I want to marry a Chinese person. That just never crossed my mind. It's funny. I never looked at it that way. And it's funny. Anyway, observations. Hello, Killing Game, and good evening, darling. That's fine. I want children to not burn when they go outside. Thank you, Megan. I'm glad you thought that's thoughtful. I thought I was just being nice. I just wanted some melanin in their skin so they could get a tan. Shh, don't you be naughty. Don't you be naughty. Relax. Exactly, lad. You're neutral. You gotta go for the underdog. Telling the underdog to take it slow day by day. I think it's different from American culture. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, possibly. What's up, Med? Welcome, buddy. Glad to join you. Sigma Toenail. Gross name, dude. Are there any specific themes for Burning Man each year? Does it differ? Exactly, Megan. Yeah, no, they always have a theme at Burning Man. I always forget what it is. It sort of matters, but, like, not really. My goodness, William Rogers with the £5. My friend, thank you so much for the £5, William. I'll give you a manly hug, a bro hug. Come here, William. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate. Give me a squire. Appreciate. Fist bump. Too kind, my bro. Too kind, William. Thank you so much for the £5. Forerunner loving forever. Even better. Even better, William. Even better. Appreciate it, buddy. With BTS Taehyung, I would like to get married in addition. He knows that I exist. Nice. I don't know who that is. I'm not sure what BTS Taehyung is, but I'm rooting for him. I'm team love, man. I'm team connection, happiness. I want everybody to find and experience love and deep connection. It's what I want. So I'm team love, man. Whatever that means to you, I want you to have it. I want you to experience it. As long as you're consenting adults. Have a blast. The theme is tomorrow. Interesting. Yeah, so whatever that means. Yeah, so Burning Man always has a theme, but, like, does it really change the... No, maybe it changes, like, sometimes, like, the vibes of some of the artwork, but that's all. Burning Man is always Burning Man. You guys sleep, DMG. Man, good sleep. Well, good schlaft. Gut. Auf Wiedersehen. Hope you have wonderful dreams. And thanks for hanging out, DMG. Great to have you with us. And Linda, that's completely true. It's Last Burns with Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, something like Through the Looking Glass or something. You're very right, Linda. In fact, it's funny. Paleness, for example, in China is very much the desire. Chinese women almost always walk around outside with their arms covered up, hats, visors, like their goal is to be pale and be, like, very fair-skinned. It's just like, to each their own, man, you know. That used to be the case in America, but now we like the look of somebody who's outside and got kind of that sun-kissed vibe, you know. But to each their own, you know. But it used to be like a status thing where it's like you meant you were an indoor person. You could afford to be indoors, and so you were, like, richer or whatever. Yeah, who cares? I prefer the aesthetic of a tan. I just happen to like it more. But to each their own. You do you, exactly. You do you, honey boo boo. You do you, honey boo boo. He is the most handsome man in South Korea. Oh, well, there you go. Well, good luck snagging that bow. Good luck, Miku. Nothing's passive, brother. Wish I could show my appreciation. Thanks, William. Just keep watching, liking, and commenting, man. Tell you, that's really nice. You know, it's just helps the algorithm. Just If you see a video of mine that you like, press the thumbs up and drop a comment. It really actually helps out your creators more than you know, because the vast majority of people do none of those things. Most people don't like or dislike or comment on anything, which is fine. But if you do, there's like 3 levels of engagement to a YouTube video, right? The first surface level of engagement is, did you watch the video? Yes, okay, cool, so you watched it. And then it's, how long did you watch it? Okay. Now, the next level of engagement is, did you press that like button? Right? It takes a tiny bit more effort, just a tiny bit. But it takes a little bit more effort and commitment to press that thumbs up like button. Okay? The third level of engagement is leaving a comment. So not only did you like the video, but now you're bothering to make a comment, and YouTube is marking this, like the more comments something gets, it gets boosted in the algorithm, because it's like people are talking about it. And I guess the fourth level of engagement would be like straight up like Patreon, or like subscribing to a YouTuber's page, or like you're paying them money, right? But yeah, but otherwise, yeah, don't worry about it, William. Just if you like a video, hit the thumbs up button, and if you feel inspired, leave a comment, and that's it's wonderful. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Ko. My German's terrible, but thank you very much. Too kind of you to say. Is there a country in Asia that I would like to visit? Yeah. Well, I've been to China. I've been to Thailand. I would love to visit South Korea. I'd love to visit Japan. I hear Laos and Cambodia are awesome. I'd love to go back to Thailand. I'd love to go back to China. Asia's dope, dude. I love Asia culture. It's neat. Cool, amazing food. Asian culture's dope. Yeah, big fan. Exactly, Megan. And even like the negative comments. All comments are basically good. Even if they're like, that was stupid, I didn't like this at all. Well, you left a comment and you engaged with me, so you just boosted me in the algorithm. Thank you. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Do I get any brownie points? No, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, Dolores. No, I think it just matters about. It just matters overall views. Overall views, yeah, you know. Again, the way it kind of breaks down on YouTube is every 1 million views that a video gets is worth about $3,000. That's how YouTube works. So 100,000 views you get is worth about $300. That's it. Like that's YouTube math. 100,000 views, $300. 1 million views, $3,000. 10 million views, $30,000. 100 million views, $300,000. 1 billion views, $3 million. It just goes. That's how the algorithm works on YouTube. It's crazy. That's the secret sauce. Yeah. So, hey, Dolores. So if you watch a video more than once, great. It doesn't matter. Just if you enjoy it, watch it. That's all that matters, as long as you enjoy it. I'm doing good. Nah, thank you very much. The handsome man wants to marry a French woman. Well, sorry about that, Miku. Happy hunting, though. Good luck. I'm rooting for you. And you're French? Oh, well, there you go. Sounds like you're his dream girl. Just don't be creepy about it. That's all I ask. Don't make it weird. And thank you, William. Yeah, just keep sending good vibes, bro. That's all that matters. Just send the good vibes. Tell your friends. Hi there, Lars. Lovely to have you here. Where'd I go? Thank you, Sigma. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, and the secret sauce. Just mayo and mustard mixed together, right? And yes, Linda, some of the comments are hilarious. Wait, ended up renewing Twitch at tier 3. Not sure what it will do, but I did it. I don't even know what that means. Twitch, there's not enough actual subs, and they're all gifted, yeah. Of getting the higher, maybe. Oh, yeah, I have no idea. There you go. Listen to Binky. Whatever Binky says is true. Binky knows. If one day you want to see who T Young and BTS is, I have a video on my YouTube channel. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Miku. I don't really care. But I'm glad you do. I'm rooting for you. I hope you like him. I hope you find a man who reminds you of him in some way, shape, or form that makes you feel cool and attractive and special and makes you feel funny and like a nice OG Kush. What's up, bro? Thanks, man. I appreciate it, OG Kush Wizard. Super kind of you, man. Super kind of you. I'm rooting for you. Good luck, Miku. You're from Ohio. You work for the Great Lakes region. Well, thank you, Sean. Appreciate it, dude. Representing the Great Lakes region. But yeah, I don't really care. I don't care. Again, to each their own. You know, World of Little League. Tier 3, I get more money for the sub. But if you get enough points, enough actual subs for 3 months in a row, you'll get 60 and Twitch will get 40. Or if you get even more, it's a 70-30 split. Oh, fascinating, Binky. Well, there you go. That's how that works. Very cool. Very cool. But yeah. Yeah. So much we do for the last 20 minutes. Oh no, Miku. Well, Gesundheit. You went to the Shenandoah and it was like, this is not the mountains of California. Probably lived like, baby, wait. You mean the Shenandoah Valley? Isn't the Shenandoah Valley in like the Carolinas or something? I forget where the Shenandoah Valley is. Tier 2 is 2, maybe 3 points, 3 is 6 points, I believe you need 100. And 3 elements, I don't know, 3. Oh, nice. Interesting. Interesting, Binky. It's in Virginia, the Shenandoah Valley. But I do really enjoy the Appalachian Mountains. They're gorgeous. They're not like the weather, they're not like the Rockies. They're older. In fact, I believe I know a tiny bit of German Marky 5. I believe geologically that the Appalachian Mountains are actually a weird extension of the Alps that got separated during the Pangea event from like 100 and 200 million years ago. I believe they are part of like the same mountain range ultimately, but the Appalachians is very old, more worn down. They're not rising anymore. Ooh, a lot of turn from the hurricanes. Oh, I can imagine. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, we had some wild weather, man. Some wild weather. Killing online. Bonjour, mon frère. What is your game you wish to play? Let's play a little game with Killing Online. I met the hottest guy. Something about that. I forget what exactly. Right? Linda, I met the hottest guy when I was out on Friday. Ooh. Good for you, Linda. Nice. But he traveled back home to his home country. That's so rude. I'm praying he's not saying this. It's unlikely, Linda. It's unlikely, don't worry. Your secret's probably safe. Although if he's watching, yo, bro. Psh, that Dane liked you, dog. She was gonna let you do some dirty things. Get back to Denmark, bro. May I ask where his home country is from? They live in the darkness of the Appalachian Mountains. Amen, Hayden. Amen, Hayden. I love all those kinds of creepy stories about those things, too. Oh, I'm sorry. Jordan. Hola. Time to go to bed. Well, go to bed, Mika. It's almost 1 a.m. That's super late, darling. Oh, he's Scottish. Nice. You met a good Scotsman. Well done, Linda. A good Scotsman, and He swept your heart away with his adorable accent and cheeky wee manner. Nice. Nice. I love me a good Scottish accent. I hooked up with a gal. I remember, not Miku. I remember, this is like years and years ago. I met a gal bartending, and she was Scottish, and I'm not gonna lie, I basically hooked up with her because of her accent. More or less. More or less. Yeah. It's a lovely accent. I get it. You're in Omaha, Nebraska. It's 5 p.m. in Omaha. That's right. 2 hours. Oh, actually, no, it's not quite 5. It's going to be 4:41. So Nebraska is on Central Time or Mountain Time. It goes Pacific, Mountain, Central, East. So he must be on Mountain Time. Weird, crazy. And Smoggy from the Netherlands. Well, lovely to have you two join us from the Netherlands. I'm certainly a fan of the Netherlands. You ask a Scottish person, what do non-Scottish people like about our accent so bad? Jen, it's just melodic. Like when you hear a person, a Scottish person, what do non-Scottish people like about her? I need to ask as a Scottish person. Okay, yes. So Jen, is you're Scottish. Perfect. What do non-Scottish people like about our accent so bad? There is just a lovely melody in your accent that Americans find to be very endearing. There's a tone that is hard to put your finger on, that for whatever reason sounds soothing to the American ear. It's just a very pleasant accent. Well, we got to make out on the dance floor, and eventually he's going to be back, so I'll survive. Ooh, you scandalous, saucy little minx making out with a Scotsman on the dance floor. Remember those days, being in the club, making out on the dance floor, making out in the club. I made out in the club before. It's been a long time since I made out in the club. A long time. Jesus. When was the last time I made out in the club? I'm really trying to think here. Good Lord. World fam in the club. Marcel, I'm from Ohio, but I live in Los Angeles. What? Oh, boy. God, when was the last time I made out in the club? I remember the most. Jesus. Dude, when I was 18, I had a hell of a year. My last year in Columbus, Ohio, my God, I did a lot of wild stuff that last year, including my first threesome. And I remember started off because the three of us were making out in the club. So that started off with like the three of us made out in the club, and the gal I was dating at the time was making out with her. Ended up back at her place, her apartment eventually, and before you know it, bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, I was 18. A good year. Crazy year, man. Crazy year, but yeah, I haven't made out in the club in a long time. Long time. So I go to a club, and I was always an accident. It's always the best way. It's always the best way. The first, well, listen, Hayden. Life is life. And the club, yeah. Things happen in the club. You never know what's going to happen in the club. Yeah. legend in the club. God, that was so long ago. Oh no, so long ago. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I remember all the three of us were kind of getting like hot and heavy. And then like the lights came up, you know, at 2 o'clock. And I was, stop licking your pawpaws, please. Thank you. The lights came up in the club, and the vibe shifts. You know, it's like all of a sudden, you know, in the moment you got the lights are dark and the lights are going, you know, and like and this heavy house techno music, you know, is pumping, and it's just like it's a vibe, you know, and then the lights come up, and it's just like. So that happened. Don't know if we're still doing that. That definitely was cool. Wasn't mad at that at all. So that was neat. But definitely feels different now that we have lights on us. So yeah, instant vibe killer, man. Yeah, it was like 2 a.m. Lights pop on, bling. But like I said, ended up being not a bad night. Ended up being not a terrible evening. Jesus, memories. Anyway, take off. Obrigado, my friend. Representing Portugal, Sean Wynn from Wales. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, my Welsh friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I found out not so hard after I was like 8 in the dark and 6 of them lights. Damn club. That's definitely a true thing. Yeah, that can be a harsh reality. Yeah, you think you got a 9 or a dime. You think you're working with a 9 or a dime. Then those lights come up and you're like, oh, that's a 5. Oh no, that is not what I thought that was. That's, okay. Most clubs close around 2 a.m., but it's still not my vibe anymore. Some clubs stay open later, but you can't sell alcohol after 2 a.m. So the rule is most clubs stop selling alcohol in America. Some, like Vegas is different. Vegas is 24 hours. New York, I think, is a little different. But LA, they stop selling alcohol at 2 a.m. So most clubs shut down at 2 a.m. Exactly, Finn. It's real, man. We've all, you know, nothing like dark lights and and a little liquid rose-colored glasses, little tequila glasses. Boy, tequila glasses are dangerous glasses. You put those tequila glasses on, all of a sudden, you know. Listen, don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you don't know what tequila glasses can do to somebody. I mean, yeah, there's beer goggles. Beer goggles are for amateurs. Tequila glasses, now that's dangerous. Your eyes can play weird tricks on you with tequila glasses. Very weird tricks. Don't pretend you don't know. Don't act like you're like, oh, Jeremiah's so crazy. You know what I'm talking about. Don't high road me. How dare you? Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The Waffle House. Sure. There you go. Yeah, it's so irresponsible. Obviously. Stores in Scotland stop selling alcohol at 10 p.m. This is up to like 2. Oh, interesting. It's 27 shots, still standing. Best night of my life. That must have been a hell of a night, Megan. Marcel, do I like Spain? I like all countries, bro. I'm telling you. I've never been to a country that I was just like, ew. I like all countries, man. Spain was dope. I've only been to Barcelona, but I love Barcelona, man. I would totally go back. I'd love to go see Madrid. From what I remember, best night ever. Damn, last night was insane. I was so dumb. Let's do it again. Basically, Finn. And just remember the old adage. This is a very truism. This was told to me when I was a bartender, and it's an old aphorism. Drinking alcohol is borrowing happiness from tomorrow. Just remember that. Drinking alcohol is borrowing happiness from tomorrow. It's a great way of looking at it. You're just borrowing a little happiness from tomorrow. And as long as you're okay with that, do you. But you're just borrowing a little happiness from the next day. I borrowed too much time. And we've all borrowed a little time before. Listen, we've all borrowed a little happiness from the next day. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it's dope. Sometimes maybe mistakes were made. Listen, I made mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. Many mistakes. Don't worry about my mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. Don't worry about that. Just get back on the horse. Be better next time. That's such a wild way of looking at it. It's just, as soon as that was told to me, I was just like, boy, that hits. Like that makes a lot of sense. Alcohol, it's fine. You're just borrowing happiness from tomorrow. Just know what you're doing. Own it. Embrace it if you're going to drink. Own it. And move forward. And just know that you are borrowing happiness from the next day. What if you never stop? You never lose the happiness. No, that's called being an alcoholic, darling. And then there's a program for that. It's called AA. Very effective. Very, very effective. But like, good mistakes kind of make your mouth curve. Intervention time. It makes your mouth curve and a smile. You can remember the detail. Listen, I've had many experiences. Alcohol is a fascinating place. It's a fascinating drug. It's one of my favorite drugs. It's a neat drug. Don't get me wrong. Alcohol is a neat drug, but it's a fascinating one. And we've all been and had fun, and we've all been depressed. So both can happen. It's a weird drug, man. It's a weird drug. Messi or Ronaldo? I don't know, Marco. I don't really follow soccer. They're both great. Probably Messi, but they're both great. Closest country you haven't been to? Thanks, Carlos. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm talking about AA Killer Online. Yeah. And let's see. Closest country I haven't been to. What a funny way of looking at it. I have to look at a map. Because the closest country is Canada and Mexico. And then, like, what's the country that's just... But I've also been to Peru and Bolivia. So what's the country... Look at Google Maps really quick. What's the country just south of Mexico? The closest country I haven't been to. No, I know. Cuba. I've been to Jamaica. I've been to the Dominican Republic. But the closest country to America that I haven't been to is probably Cuba. And then it'd be like Guatemala. And then Belize, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua. I've been to Costa Rica. Never been to Panama. I've been to Bolivia. Been to Peru. Yeah. So I've been to a lot of places. But yeah, probably the closest country that I haven't been to is probably Cuba. Totally go. Maybe it's the Bahamas. I'm not sure whichever one's closest. One of those places down there in the Caribbean would be the closest. But I'm a huge fan of the Caribbean. Beautiful, gorgeous place. Highly recommend. Let's see. I think I answered all the questions over on YouTube. but I would go to anywhere. We just went down to the DR, Dominican Republic, for a family reunion of all things. And there's some amazing. I'm gonna give him a shout out because I cannot recommend it enough. He is a distant cousin of mine. He's like my third cousin or something like that. But he started this thing called the Dominican Treehouse Village. They have an amazing Instagram page. Highly recommend giving them a follow on Instagram. Dominican Treehouse Village. And that resort is absolutely wild. I had an incredible week there. Just stunningly beautiful. Yeah, Dominican Treehouse Village. Highly, highly recommend. Amazing place. If that kind of like living like a Swiss Family Robinson appeals to you at all, bro, yeah, give it a look. I've not been to Argentina, Danny. Would love to go someday. Never been to Argentina, but I absolutely would go. Argentina, Chile. Have I ever played Resident Evil? No, I've seen clips from it though. The lady, Dominic's vampire woman, hard to believe. Yeah, I mean, so Sean, I've seen the Resident Evil like memes of like this giant, voluptuous vampire chick. I've even seen some like naughty videos featuring her, which is always funny. Yeah, it's like these games are like basically pornographic, and then people, I think they hack them or something, and then you can like take their clothes off, or maybe there's from the ground. I don't know how they do it, but I've definitely seen like you know, basically pornographic, like from video game stuff, and you're just like, dude, that is so weird. Like, that's so weird. Oh man, we're entering that crazy times, dude. Like, what is gonna be the fate? What is gonna be the case for people in the next 3 to 5 years when, you know, you really get past the uncanny valley of like, it looks fake still. Like, you can still tell people, like, the eyes look weird, but like, we're getting closer and closer to like photorealistic real-time things. It's gonna get straight up weird, man. It's gonna get straight up crazy in the not too distant future. Barry Loesch, I'm not sure where that is, Danny. I'm not sure where that is, but I hope it's a beautiful, beautiful city somewhere in Argentina. Not even sure how to pronounce it. Barry Lock. I don't know. I have no idea even how to pronounce it, but I'm sure it's a beautiful city. Boss Gaming, tomorrow's video is going to be a haircut with Helmut, so a German relaxing haircut. Gotti, catching the stream. Glad to be here. Thank you, Gotti. Lovely to have you with us, Pumpkin. Lovely that you could join us here at the very tail end of what has been a delightful little stream. I didn't even do any blackjack. I think I've actually maintained more viewers than without blackjack. Fascinating. Interesting. I didn't even play any guitar today. Didn't even do any singing. You're welcome, Binky. You're welcome. Secretly, Binky's like, oh no, it's the worst thing ever. If only Jeremiah would sing to me, my night would be complete. But he didn't. It's so tragic. If only his sweet, silky tones had graced my ears for one last time, I would then be able to sleep well like a stone. But no. 123 mil for TJ Watt. Pfft, good for him, man. Good for TJ Watt. You gotta like the Watts, JJ and TJ Watt. You gotta like the Watt family. Those boys are built like refrigerator buses. Alright, team. He's saying on mute. You know, she secretly turns up the volume. You know, she's all like, you saying I turn it off, I'll mute it. Secretly, Binky's like, lip syncing along. Just, and I need you now tonight. And I need It's okay. Justin Tucker's... What did Justin Tucker do? 12 games? 12 games? Jeez, what, why? What did he do? Good Lord. Yeah, you know, when I sang, Binky's just over there, putting her headphones on, grabbing him by the ears, just being like, I heard there was a sacred chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king compose and hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. It's okay, Binky, just own it, just embrace it, just own it, own it. Alright, take care, you two. I'll let you guys go. I'm doing a raid over here on Twitch. I love you guys. Thanks for me too much, Megan. Oh, you're too kind, pumpkin. 16 massage therapists came. Wait, massage menace? Wait, what am I looking for? Oh, I don't go to the same massage place as him. Oh no. 16 massage therapists made a complaint. Oh no. Justin Tucker, you little scandalous twat. What a douchebag. Anyway, appreciate you. First, before I give you a hug, I'll hug you out. Alright, take care, YouTube. Appreciate y'all very much. Sweet dreams. I'll catch you back here on Monday. Alright? I'll catch you back here on Monday. Take care, everybody. But not on YouTube. Only here on Twitch. Alright. Bye, YouTube. And over here, who does that leave us with over here? I got a couple